catheter tied, and they say, oh, I cannot pray because I have a catheter tied to me, or there's all urine and impurity, and they do not pray. It could be that their disease is so serious they might pass away with that disease. And in the last days of their life, they have decided not to pray just because they do not have the knowledge. Kangaroo, I'm of the opinion that you can eat it. It's vegetarian, isn't it? His question is that what if the gums bleed and you spit and you see that there is blood, for example. Is it flowing blood or is it not flowing blood? So there are two types of physical impurities. One is called heavy, one is called light. Najasa ghaliza and najasa khafifa. So the heavy impurity and the light impurity, we need to know that. So this is just a teaser to do a 3-month course, inshallah. All right. Right? Because subhanAllah, we don't even know. We are like 50 years old, 40 years old, and we have never done it formally. Again, he said bird droppings, right? So what if I'm going to the masjid, Naveed Saab, I'm going to the masjid and there is a bird that came over my head and it decided to shower me. So what will you do? You might be doing your own judgment. It can be right, but it can be wrong. And the reason it's wrong because we have never learned it properly, right? It's a calamity that we as Muslims who have to pray 5 times every single day, right? 5 times every single day, the most important thing in our life. Everything else we do it maybe today, tomorrow, once in a week, once in a month, once in a year, once in your lifetime. But something that we do 5 times every single day, and we do not know, oh my God, I'm just guessing. What should I do? There was a sparrow who just flew past by me and, it showered me with, something. And I'm now wondering, what should I do? Maybe he's saying that he will just wipe it off and pray. Why? While impurity, right? You said impurity. You yourself said it's impurity. So how come can you just wipe it off and pray when the purity is the prerequisite for prayers? Oh, this is a question. Why did you say so? You'll just wipe it off and pray. Okay, good. It looks like you have studied something, right? But if I ask Kamal, have you studied this before, my friend? No, right? So Kamal will be guessing, right? Oh my, what to do? And there are people who will decide not to go to the masjid anymore and come back. There are people, you might have seen or heard that there are people who are admitted in the hospitals and they're catheter tied, and they say, oh, I cannot pray because I have a catheter tied to me, or there's all urine and impurity, and they do not pray. It could be that their disease is so serious they might pass away with that disease. And in the last days of their life, they have decided not to pray just because they do not have the knowledge as to what to do. So I'm just telling you how important it is to know the Tahara aspect, that people just decide not to pray because of a certain thing. So there is light impurity and heavy impurity. So there are some examples of light impurity. Example that is written up here is it is the urine of animals whose meat is permissible to eat, yani of halal animals. And the second example that is written is droppings of haram birds. So what is the example of halal animals, for example? My friends here at the back, these boys, yeah, permissible animals that you can eat. For example, cow, for example. What else? Chicken, yeah, okay, chicken, very good. What else? Kangaroo? No. Let's finish everything. Let's talk about kangaroos, man. Why not? You cannot eat kangaroos? Are you sure?
I heard you halal.
You heard it's halal? Heard from where?
I did.
In the dream or something. Kangaroo, I'm of the opinion that you can eat it. It's vegetarian, isn't it? Those animals that do not hunt other animals, you can eat them. So kangaroos, I think they do not hunt other animals. They don't eat meat. They are vegetarians. So you can eat. Kangaroo is halal as long as you slaughter it in the right way. So have you had kangaroo meat? So now you can try it, inshallah. I don't try new foods. I'm just, my korma and biryani and kebab is enough for me. But if you make a kangaroo kebab and just give it to me and don't tell me, maybe I'll try it, inshallah. But don't tell me before that you feed me, all right? Inshallah. And it says the droppings of haram birds. For example, haram birds, mashallah. So he's again saying the same thing. Predators, right? For example, eagle or falcons, eagles, what else? Crows. Yeah, crows. Yeah, crows. They're all haram birds. So, Naveed Sahib, if there's a crow that flies past you and it decided to honor you, that's najasa. But that's najasa khafifa, and this I'll talk about what do you do with najasa khafifa. But what if it was a sparrow? Is sparrow halal or haram? Halal, right? It doesn't hurt the other animals. So just FYI, that the excretion of halal birds is nothing. It's not impurity. It's not impurity. It's like mucus of the nose. So you did the right thing. So if you sneezed and some mucus came onto your clothes, what do? Just wipe it off, right? Likewise, if it was a sparrow and droppings of a sparrow came onto your clothes, you were absolutely right. Just wipe it off. But you need to know who was up there. So this is how important. These are practical things. These are daily life things. It happens. You're out camping in a forest, and it may happen. So what to do? Pray or not pray? Or if before praying, what to do? And najasat ghaliza, for example, flowing blood, not just blood, flowing blood. Why flowing blood? Anybody? Why not just blood? Why flowing blood? Boys and girls, anybody? What does it mean, flowing blood? Flowing blood means that you have a cut and the blood came out and it flew, like it flew outside the body. That's what the flowing blood is. So what's the difference between flowing blood and just blood? What if you have a paper cut and you see the blood? I'm saying that is not impurity, but if it flows outside that place, outside from that place, then that's impurity. What's the difference? Basically, there's blood flowing right now, right? There's blood flowing right now. If you have a paper cut, all what you do is you see what's flowing. That's it. It's a cut and you see what's already inside. If it's covered or it's seen, what's the difference? But when it flows outside, blood has left its place and it can be seen now or it can be felt now. For example, there is feces in everybody's intestines right now. But are people impure? No. When will people become impure? When they will pass stool, right? So what has happened? The stool from the place where it is right now, it has flown out to the place where it can be felt. Likewise, when the blood comes out and flows, where it can be felt, that's where it makes a difference. So flowing blood is heavy impurity. Vomit, urine of haram animals and humans, feces of all animals and humans, wine, seminal fluid. These are some examples of heavy impurity. So why are we even discussing heavy and light impurity? His question is that what if the gums bleed and you spit and you see that there is blood, for example? Is it flowing blood or is it not flowing blood? Because it is difficult to know, so the way that it is known that if it is flowing or not flowing is what scholars have said, that if the blood overcomes the saliva, then it is flowing. And if the saliva overcomes the blood, then it is not flowing. So that is how you differentiate between flowing blood in the mouth. Understood? So why are we even talking about this? Heavy and light. The reason we are talking about heavy and light is that what if again the filth came, impurity came onto you, and you have no way to either wash your clothes or change your clothes. So will you pray or not? This is why we are discussing it. So the light impurity, there is more that is excused on the body and the clothes, and the heavy impurity, it is less amount that is excused. I was once traveling in Emirates Airline, and there was one of the crew members, the staff. She was serving alcohol. She was serving wine. And suddenly she stumbled, and the glasses that she was serving, it fell, and I was right there. And some drops of wine, that alcohol, came onto my clothes. And it was a flight where I had to pray because, some some short flights, prayer time might not come during your travel time, but it was a time where I had to pray it. So now I was thinking, this filth, this impurity has come onto my clothes and I cannot change them. I cannot even wash them. What to do? So that's where it helps. So I'm not talking impractical things here. They're all practical things. So what to do? Heavy impurity is excused if it is equivalent to this much. It's approximate, this much. What is written in the books what is excused is like a dirham coin. What are the coins you have here in Australia? 50-cent coin is this much approximately. Just if it is equivalent to a 50-cent coin, like overall combined, guys, are you with me? Yeah, so for example, a few drops came here, few there. So if you, just approximately, if you combine all of them together and if it's equivalent to almost a 50-cent coin, then it's less than a 50-cent coin, just you can pray in that. Although if you can wash it. But if you cannot wash it, then you can pray in that. But for a light impurity, it is excused up to 1/4 of the body part that it falls onto. So for example, it's a sleeve. So how much will be the 1/4? So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So almost until here, if it comes onto my sleeve, for this much it is excused. And look at the beauty of Sharia. One of the examples that was urine of the animals whose meat is permissible to eat. In villages, people are, they're dealing with cows and goats, and they're milking them. And what if the cow, urinates while they're milking? So now they have very sophisticated ways of milking and all of that. But, in traditional ways, what if urinates, it falls onto a person's clothes and it is time for prayer? So, it's more that is excused. Although there is a little difference of opinion as to 1/4 of what. 1/4 of that body part, 1/4 of the smallest body part. But, just to keep it simple, I'm saying that the body part that it is fallen onto, if it is less than 1/4 of that body part, just ignore it, drain it, but of course wash it as soon as you can. Just approximately, you just guess, is it more than 1/4? Is less than 1/4 of the front of the shirt? If it is less than 1/4 of the front of the shirt, ignore it. But again, if you can wash it, you must wash it. It is just that in case of emergency, what to do? That's why we are studying that. Again, it happens. Okay, everybody? All right. So this is what I wanted to cover.